54 hours long.
Maybe not.
Stream!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pass the Salt. We're so excited that you decided to join us today. We are going to be doing a fun little Zeteo Wastelands 2026 talk back for y'all. So I'm Hope. I played Ren, and
I'm Rachel. I played Clover. I'm Liv. I was Lone.
I'm Christy. I was the director.
And I'm Owen. I played iPhone.
yeah.
We have some wonderful guests with us here today. We also have some questions that you guys submitted on our Instagram that we're going to try and answer, and then we'll probably go off on a million tangents. So.
It's how these things always happen.
Yeah, so where are we feeling like we want to start? More with drama? We've got like categories here. I organized it all.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's drama, band, rehearsals, and then miscellaneous. What category? Pick a category.
I'm intrigued with miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous? Yeah. Okay, well,
Survey
this
says.
is kind of fun. This is a fun one to start. It was, if Into the Wasteland got turned into a movie, what celebs are you casting as the character?
I already have my answer.
Okay, go for it.
For iPhone, for those who know, Jason Momoa.
Oh, no.
Game or sex game. So,
You're not iPhone anymore.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa would play iPhone.
Right.
But then he would be referencing Jason Momoa as Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
Alright, okay.
I would
For a
be
bit.
interested to see if Christy had answers.
Yeah.
I have a couple, but I was trying to think about this question, and I feel like I don't know enough like actual young actors right now.
Yeah, young.
Like
That's fair.
is
I'm
not.
older
Right.
than a lot of you guys, so but it's also like I feel like people
Right.
don't get famous until they're in
Yeah.
like their mid-20s usually.
Well, when I was
that's
playing
fair.
Lone, you told me like channel Katniss, so I always think of like Jennifer Lawrence, and I
Yeah.
can't picture anyone else now. But I don't know. But she's older.
I feel like Sadie Sink for Clover is kind of
Clover.
fire.
I think Wither for Sadie.
Really?
I think
we
with
talked-
yeah, I think
Oh.
it's with her.
With her.
I just think because, I don't know, I think of
Red hair.
her red hair.
Yeah.
Clover is a redhead. No, I'm not. Well,
Fake red.
fake
I
redhead.
said Freya Sky for Clover. She was
I-
the one
yeah.
that
Who
I
is
like
that?
thought of that I was like, oh, that's an actual like teenager. But
Yeah.
I had trouble like thinking about some of the guys.
I like Sadie Sink for Wither. I feel
Yeah.
like that just like makes sense.
Two for strings.
Yeah, strings. I was like,
Luke.
I started.
Luke Hopkins.
Strings.
Luke and Keegan, and they switch.
I was like,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
get Jordan Fisher for one of the guys, I would him being
For
in
sure.
Oh,
Strings,
he
that
should
would
be
be
strong.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that makes
That would be
sense.
good.
Yeah.
What about, well, Ren, would you, girl Ren or boy Ren?
In the movie,
Boy
probably
Ren.
Boy Ren.
Yeah.
Just to like even it out a little bit.
Yeah, if you were there, guys, reference 2024
Yeah.
Impact we did, or that summer we did, Wasteland was a smaller drama.
Yeah.
And Ren was a guy and then got changed to a girl for this one.
He was
Yeah.
still in it. It was still Josh. So Josh was
That's
original
true.
Ren,
Yes.
and then it became like older brother Ren.
Yeah.
And then we moved.
We had like there was a photo that we took at the event with me and Josh, who played older Ren and original Ren in the summer drama, and then Taya, who played Fry during this rendition of like with the Zeteo drama. And so we had like a picture of
shifting up.
yeah, because it shifted up because I was Fry in the original and then I was Ren in
Yeah.
Zeteo, so it was like Josh and then me and then Taya, and it was really fun.
And
It was
then they
really
said
sweet.
the next
Next
time
one.
we do it.
Then Josh is gonna be French Fry.
Josh has
It'll,
to
like,
be French
cycle.
fry,
Yes.
That's good.
And then
Taya
Taya will be
Ren. Yes,
Yep,
it all works out.
a 6'3".
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
No, you get it.
yeah, no, just think about it.
French
Think
Fry
about
could have
it.
gone to the NBA if it wasn't for the Wasteland.
That's true. It's
You
true.
actually missed that drawing.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was one of her dreams.
Oh, I did miss one, so
French fry
you
in
know.
the NBA.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, any other thoughts for celebrities for casting, or do you want to move on to another question here?
I was thinking of like one of the Hemsworth brothers for Cyprian.
Wait, that would be so good. Wait,
Just like a little cameo by like Liam
that would be crazy.
Loki for Blight, Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
Yeah, he would be
oh,
terrifying.
That-
Yeah, that would be good. What category again?
I think probably do a drama since there's
Yeah,
most-
there's a lot in that one. Okay. What was like the inspirations behind like this year's Zeteo? What kind of went into that?
Well, the inspiration for the original drama was really just kind of looking at the world and feeling kind of hopeless. Like for me, like in my own faith and personally just like wow, I'm looking around and nothing's looking really great. You know, like I feel very down about the world. I feel kind of like it's hard to see how things are going to get better. And like, and so originally just like that word Wasteland came to my mind, I think from the Lord. And kind of just started building it from there of like, what would it be like if, you know, you kind of took this metaphor of instead of it being the real world and things are hard, it's like, okay, well, what does it look like if you're in this apocalyptic world and what do you miss and how are you surviving? But then also bringing in like real life struggle into that, because one of my favorite lines in the whole thing was one of your lines where like, it's like sometimes one wound hasn't healed before another wound hits. And I think that's, I don't know, part of the heart of it is just like, yeah, you're in this world, whether it's this world or the actual wasteland, but like all the same stuff that you're struggling with either outside or inside yourself is still there. And like, how do you start to like foster hope and faith and family and legacy in the midst of just these external and internal circumstances being so hard. So it was trying to bring like all of that together, I think. I think you guys did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Couldn't do it without you.
Truly, seriously.
Literally. I guess kind of going off of that, what inspired you to make like the differences between each character? But I guess that could just be like each character, like, I don't know.
I mean, I think that's just a writing thing in general. It's like you don't want all your characters to be the same. And you want them to kind of balance each other out, you know, like, and so if you have someone, like a character like Lone, who's, you know, pretty hard on the surface, and it's like then you also want a softer character like Clover, you know, like, you want and you want some comedic relief, and you want some fun, and like I think that anytime I write, I want there to be this balance of like serious and then moments of levity. Yeah. And so it's like, how do I create that both within and giving all the characters those moments too. It's not like Lone does have some funny lines. Does have some funny lines.
Power of the clipboard.
Everyone has some serious moments. So like you're just trying to make everybody well-rounded and like work together in a way. And I love the idea of like found family too. And that was I really wanted to get at with this one of just like they all kind of end up together, but then they choose each other too.
Yeah. So I think like what I really love about even because like with Zeteo, it's either kind of I feel like we're setting high school like it's a real life situation, or like it's kind of this like other dystopian world. But I think what also makes it still like relatable, even though we're not like actually trying to, you know, go on scavenges to survive, is the fact that like your characters are what people feel, and like we can put ourselves like into certain characters and like relate to that. Yeah. Well, that's kind of a good segue.
I was just gonna say, I was like, oh, there's a question on there about that.
There are questions about just like, well, it's like which character like was your favorite, or did you relate to the most? Like, did you relate to the characters in any way? Like, special moments with any of the characters?
Yeah, you guys answer.
That's good.
What do you mean by special moments?
Well, that wasn't really a question, but
she added that part.
I mean, just is there like a certain moment that like a character had that you were like, oh, that, like even if you don't relate to it, you're like that one was really
the moment. I remember when we were like blocking this moment too, and like I think we all kind of had the moment where we were like, oh no, that's gonna destroy me. It's the Wither and Jesus moment where so Wither's character had been struggling with self-harm since before the dust wave, and she had this moment like after like the whole Eden's thing happens, and which is a dance where like we kind of see a lot of the characters die, and to put it quite frankly, they die. And one of the moments like that happens afterwards is those who have passed on like kind of look towards Jesus, because Jesus like walks out on stage, and who's played by Josh, and the moment where they kind of each go into like the Lord's presence is really, really sweet. And Wither's moment is like Clover has this really sweet like, oh my gosh, it's Jesus, and then like brings Wither over, and it was super sweet. But then after Clover leaves, like Wither has a moment with Jesus like on her own, where she like shows him her wrists, and he shows her his, and it was that moment of like, your scars are like, they don't define you, my scars do. And the moment of like, my scars were for like your redemption, and so like, you know, it was just it was a moment we were all, I think
It's
a lot of us were crying during
like
that
the
blocking
world
moment. We're like,
did that to me too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's, it was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, I was like, self-care, don't watch that. Like, that one makes you cry. If you don't want to cry on stage, just don't watch that.
No, we were crying on stage. Are you joking? A lot of the cry that happened
That was after
real.
I didn't have like anything after that, so I was like,
Oh my gosh, the Clover moment. I can't listen to that song. The Sequoias.
No,
I can't listen to that. Both you and AJ had that on your notes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like literally like the day after the event, and I was like, I can't do this,
crying.
guys.
I was still
It's like, why?
sad about her.
But yeah.
But also seeing the moment where then Strings embraces that Jesus character. And
Yeah.
Strings is almost at his end thinking like, oh, I'm going to die out here.
Yeah.
But Jesus gives him the strength to like direct him.
String
So-
didn't.
Sorry, we're all. I was just. This is a. We have to say this. I'm not mad that Strings lived. I'm just mad that Keegan got to survive and my character didn't. Yeah. So. Because it was kind of ambiguous, and then we
We were like, Christy, did he die or not? And then she made
so
a
that's
decision.
a clarification
and we were like,
for you. Some of those questions were like, did Strings live? Yeah, he lived.
Yes.
He was in the bunker. That
Yeah.
moment with like him and Muse at the end was heroic.
Yeah, so the idea is that he's out in the wasteland, he's having a really tough time, he thinks he's gonna die. Jesus directs him back and is like, I have more for you here, I have more for you to do here. And then he kind of makes a decision to go back to the bunker, but nobody's there, so he's just kind of like living there on his own. And then you see him kind of like living there alone. He's like remembering when his family was there, and then Muse on one of her new scouts comes and finds him.
Such a
So I know that, it's sometimes hard to like put all those things together, but yes, the idea is that he survived and eventually like got back to
Yeah. Even though all the cast members that passed on to Jesus tried to drag him off the stage.
on stage we were like,
trying to pull
like,
strings.
join us.
I would say I feel most connected to Lone and Wither. They are like kind of similar in ways, but also not. I just feel like similarly, like I do kind of have this guard up a lot of the time, but like when I find my people, like that's when it kind of comes down. I like show my true self, and I feel like you see that moment with a few of the characters. And also just like specifically like the Wither scene with Jesus, like that just like hits me hard as like someone who struggled with a lot of the same things. It's just like, oh wow, like that was just really powerful to see.
Yeah.
So
For like moments, it's like a transition after like Clover passes out in the 4th section on Saturday night, and all of the characters like go to her room and like are spending time with her. That one was really hard. I think it's just seeing that someone is like in pain and knowing that like there's only so much you can do, and you kind of mentioned it, but like the fact that they know Clover is sick this whole time and they can't really do anything but like bring her water and blankets and like try, like they don't really have like
Everybody kept laughing about like, why do we keep bringing her blankets? I was like, what else
you can do.
Which is like we do have like medicine in our world right now, but sometimes it doesn't always have the answers either. So I think like, I don't know, just that moment, everyone coming to her and like trying to like just be with her and like, one of my favorites just from that scene is like Clover's asleep and iPhone just comes in and like sits on the ground and prays, and like that's just like a really like, and brings like a blue flower. I was like, that one was really good. That was good. I really liked that one.
I actually really love, I remember sitting with Reagan actually when we were doing this at rehearsal at First Church, and I'm gonna spill some lore here, but like the scene where Ren goes back for Alone in Wasteland, and I think when you come out and do that scene, we had talked about this like pretty early on about like, I was like, I have a conspiracy theory, and you're like, what is it? So funny. Because I didn't mean to write it this way, but then when I was like reading it, I was like, oh, I may have accidentally written it this way, but I was like, I think Ren maybe is already gone. And that Lone is just like seeing her the way she saw, older Ren as this like memory, that gives her the hope to keep going. And the way that you played that, it was just so like, you were like, I felt like you were just channeling like Jesus, Holy Spirit. Like it was just so sweet and like so peaceful. And like, and you were acting like I'm gonna die, I can't go, you know, like, and I think just like the visceral like juxtaposition of those two, it was just so sweet. I remember sitting with Rick and we were like, we can't look at her, look at her, you know, like it's just so
and then Eden's was right after that.
That
was so
good. Like, you go straight into it. It was
that scene, and then also like Maddie Sweates. I know that I've talked about this quite a bit, but like for me, like, you know, being in the position I've been in and like in my calling for a while, I think I really like resonated, and I think that's part of why I put it in there, but like resonating with like, I have a calling, obviously not as hard as hers, but like I have a calling and sometimes it's really hard and sometimes it's not like as fun as it looks, even though I have joy and I'm excited about it, you know, like it's like there are a lot of like hard things and I feel exhausted, and so like just seeing her like be so excited and she's throwing the seeds and she's in it and then she's just like, I'm going. It's like, I can't keep going, I can't, you know, like, and that, I don't know, just like the way she portrayed that and the emotion in that, as well as just like the movement. Was very powerful for me. Just resonated with that. So.
A lot of these questions are kind of to do with like how we think of the characters.
I can't choose a favorite character. I love them
all. Okay, I don't know. My favorite character changes all the time.
But they all have a piece of me, so it feels wrong too. I think I'm the most like Ren, but I think that...
Yeah, did we do the character quizzes?
I got Hattie.
It says I was Clover. I don't know.
I got Clover and Strings, I think.
Okay.
I got iPhone and Ren.
Nice.
I got Lone. Every time.
I
want to like change the quiz a couple times. You still got Lone. Like change the values of things to try to make it more even.
I can be Clover. I do feel like I relate to Ren a lot too. It's like kind of like, I don't know what I want to be, like I want to be able to fix everything. Like knowing that you can't always. It's kind of like I'm avoiding my own problems and just fixing other people's. It's like that's how I can feel like I'm like making a difference. So it's a hard one. I love Ren.
I love Ren so much. I miss her. I miss her so much. Yeah, I think also just like the way that, like, I think it's really interesting how just the way that. Like, I remember when we were talking about when each, like, character was sharing something, like, how each of us would respond to that. And I remember specifically you saying about, which character is it that was like, there is no shame that...
It was Clover.
It was Clover? Yeah.
There's no shame that God's grace cannot
And she's saying it's a string.
Yes, but I remember you saying, like, that should hit you really hard. So I just remember, like, feeling this, like, overwhelming sense of, like, like, this, like, yuck, like, like, thinking back on, like, what maybe Ren would have been playing or, like, thinking about in her mind, and that right there, that kind of like broke me. And I was like, I think carrying that was also just like, wow, like there are so many people that are feeling broken for like, maybe not even just like the reasons that Ren was feeling, but just decisions that you feel like you've made that constitute like condemnation or like stuff like that. But it's just that's not what God has for you. And I think that kind of throughout that scene realizing like, these things are being brought into the light, and you know, seeing maybe like what kind of conversations could be happening between characters that we don't see in the drama, but because of that there might have been some conversations that got to happen between Lone and Ren after, and being like, wow, like, okay, you were willing to like be open and honest about it after that 1.12 with like villain and everything. That was a crazy that section
the
there.
Last Dance in Friday Night section.
Yes, and that happened right after like the Lone and Ren fight, which was such an like
loved it.
Love it.
I don't think they loved it.
Would not recommend, but like great. I liked it.
I think that was one of my favorite moments, at least that our characters had together. Was that like
I just like when I get to yell.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I was gonna say though, it wasn't like an actual question, but I know that like I was talking to some people at the event that were like, oh, like it really felt like that scene where you guys were all like sharing. It felt like you guys were actually like, it felt like there was something in there that was like for real with you. And I was like, I don't know. I would just say like, yes, we have been doing this for like months, and like we knew these lines or whatever. But it's really a lot different whenever knowing that like all of you were like in the audience and like looking at that and seeing that and knowing how that would like hit a lot of you out there and how it would like connect to your stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like, I'm like, if you saw, we were like, oh, it looks like they're not acting. Like, I mean, yeah, a little bit of it is just like, wow, like this hit someone in the audience. So like, we just want that related.
And I think that's some of the beauty of, you know, getting to use the creative arts is like, you can see it almost as like intercession. And it's like you're like standing in the place of someone who maybe you don't have that particular struggle or you haven't felt that exact thing, but it's like, I know there's someone out there who has, and like right now I am in that so that I can proclaim this truth over them, or like show them, you know, a step toward healing, or that they are loved, or that, and I think sometimes doing that through a story and through acting and through characters, like makes people more open or more receptive, than someone just like being like, it's okay, don't be ashamed, you know, like, it's like, whoa, no, like, I see Ren's face, you know, like, I feel that, you know, like, and what are the characters saying to her, and what, you know, what's happening, so.
Yeah, I think that was also another thing a lot of us were trying to be, like, conscious about praying into the event, is, like, even if I've never struggled with, like, a chronic illness or, like, that kind of thing, but just knowing that even, like, people in the audience maybe have struggled with that, some of your students have struggled with that, or have people that you know, so, like, just holding, I was gonna say holding space, it's actually a term, guys. But yeah, and I know a lot of the other cast members were doing that, because there's, just a lot of heavy stuff this year, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is just an easy one to clarify.
Oh my gosh.
It's who was talking on the beeper thing at the end of the drama. It was the walkie-talkies, and it was Lone mainly, and then iPhone and Hattie were also.
And iPhone's dad.
And iPhone's
dad. Shout out iPhone's
also
dad.
Played by Owen.
No, it was played by someone totally different.
Anyway, the idea is they, like, Lone goes off and is, I guess you could talk about
they establish Amaranth, which is one of the other original Chroma, so they go out to Yosemite area and kind of found this, like, second settlement. And on her way out there, she eventually finds iPhone and meets up with Hattie.
Who's engaged?
To a Raider film.
Agave! Tell me that's not the Lord, that we planted it everywhere.
So, if that was confusing at all, like, she's radioing from that other settlement and talking to French Fry and...
back to iPhone CB radio.
So, only 4 of, like, the main 10 characters passed away. It was Ren, Clover... Vera and Wither. So, there you go. There's your clarity.
Hey, don't forget Cyprian. He passed away.
All right.
That's what I said of the main 10.
I'd argue
Cyprian is not amazing. Well, maybe let's move to worship, because we also have our lovely band leader here. Yay, Hopi. But we also play in the band, so. I don't know, do you have, and that also applies to you who just experienced worship, favorite song that was played, or like song that holds the most meaning to you from the set list? There was a lot, so.
Yeah, I think this set list, there was a lot of drafts that went into the Zeteo.
Like the council.
There was, we had, so one thing that this semester was kind of crazy. I'm currently a junior at Messiah, education major. And so I was like, Lord, in order to do this, like, I feel like I need some extra support. And so luckily, I was able to ask a couple, I think it was you, Keegan, and Sophia. We were able to kind of connect and talk about the set list and talk about kind of what we were feeling the Lord wanted from, like, the worship set and what we were going to prepare. And I think, especially, like, having been a part of the drama for, like, the months leading up to, like, band rehearsal. So we didn't have band rehearsal until, January. So, like, 2 weeks before the event, I think. We had, like, 2 weeks. And then the weekend right before was also band rehearsal. And then we did the event. So leading up to that, we were just feeling a lot of, like, the heaviness that came with this drama. And I think that, like, because it is coming out of a place of, like, there is so much hopelessness, and, like, we really wanted to really lean into the joy of the Lord. That even when these characters are going through things, like Clover is like quite literally battling a chronic illness, and yet she is someone who is still trying to actively go after the Lord and see the goodness in everything. And I think even like with Hattie, when we find out later, like I hadn't even seen that scene.
Yeah, sometimes we miss scenes, like, because we're just doing a lot of things during rehearsal, so then we, like, watch it at the event, and we're like,
what? That happened? It's like, even seeing Hattie, who had gone through, like, what Muse had gone through, and seeing that joy that she still carried, we really wanted to emulate that in worship and give, like, really everybody, team included, a space to also feel that joy, but also have reflection. So I think, like, there was just a lot of prep, and I remember texting Christy one night where I was like, Christy, I don't know, I feel kind of like, what about this, like, the sets, and trying to make it, like, cohesive with what was happening, but also not sit in this, like, super reflective space. We also wanted to, again, have, like, that praise of, like, Lord, you're good, and this is really hard, but we're still, we're going to still keep pressing on and going after your joy. And so I think, for me, I mean, Washed was so fun. But I think one of my favorite ones was The Blood. Because we had done this one
we almost didn't
this
bring
summer.
it back.
We almost didn't bring it back. And because we were like, we played that a lot this summer. And then it was just, again, like, so much of this, like, the characters' stories was about redemption. And I think, like, bringing in The Blood and talking about, like, it's not anything that we could do. And instead, it's just like, it's a sacrifice that was made for us.
Yeah, the scripture was
and the scripture, that was another thing, is we, like, really wanted to include scripture, because we hadn't done that for a long time. And so we tapped into John 19 and John 20, Jesus' crucifixion, and even the moments leading up to it. Because, I mean, the humiliation didn't just happen on the cross. It happened before the cross, too. And so I think really keeping our focus on that, like, sacrifice, and he was literally, like, stripped of his, like, holiness in a sense. Like, he wasn't, but, like, in the sense of, like,
his dignity.
So he was, like, stripped of this dignity, and then, like, was also crucified. And it was just, like, I think it was really special, and Liv, I think you did a really, really beautiful job delivering that scripture. And we got the recordings, and I was watching that back, and I was just like, me and Sophia were sitting and watching it, and we were just like, oh, man. Like, it just felt so powerful and just, like, spiritually, like, like, tough to listen to, but also really, like, wow, like, the Lord, like, loves each of these students and each of these team members and each of these youth leaders so much. And I think that one was really special for me. So,
yeah. I mean, I think the most, like, impactful, like, set for me was, it's, like, more reflective set. It was after, like, the last one on Saturday night.
Section 4?
Yeah, Section 4. But Saturday night section. And, because that's after, like, Clover and Vera have their, like, I mean, everyone's laying things at the altar. Clover and Vera, like,
another really wonderful scene that I really loved.
That was tough.
It's rough. But yeah, Clover lays herself on the altar, so, like, then, like, Hope asked me, I was like, do you think that you're gonna be able to lead You're Not Finished Yet, like, right after that? And I was like, yeah, I think that was good. That song was I think it was perfect for that moment, because it's hard. Like, people even thought that Clover died there. Yeah, no, she was fine.
She was still kicking around.
Yeah, it's more of a surrender.
I just thought Vera died after her fwedding.
Yes,
I was like, is she dead now?
No, they died.
No, she's got to go to Wasteland first.
Yeah, with it just being like, it felt like there was not, like, a lot of hope in that scene, but just knowing that, like, you're not finished yet. Like, he's going to continue to do a good thing, and then we saw him do a good thing in, like, the next morning.
Yeah, so, many good things.
Many good things. So I really like that one, and Jesus Have It All. I mean, that was so good. Oh yeah. Just I think it's just really was like a surrender and, like, trusting that the Lord is, like, gonna do a good thing. So it's good.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite, like, parts of worship is the bridge of Back to Life. Like, like the enemy thought he had me, but Jesus said you are mine. I just think that's really powerful. Like, I remember the first time that I heard that song, I was scrolling on Instagram and it came up and I was like, I've never heard this song, and I listened to it and then I was bawling. I was like, what is going on? And so just being able to like, I don't know, have that moment in the bridge was really like sweet.
Just think about like the enemy thinking that he's winning and then Jesus like stepping in and like commanding.
Personally, I loved probably Jesus Have It All as most, just because there's an original version. It's Jeremy Riddle, and he has a whole album that's just live at the prayer room, which also I'd recommend that worship album. So many good worship songs, but Bethel then added in a spontaneous moment into that song. Of I don't want to gain the whole world and lose you.
So
don't
good.
want to lose you, Lord. My life is yours.
Yeah.
And I think that really sums up
Yeah.
like what that heart posture in that moment is of like, no, Lord, have it all. Like I don't want to gain the whole world and then lose everything that you've given.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something that feels so simple, but something we miss so often of like these characters are trying to, you know, survive and gain whatever life they can, and we do that ourselves in our lives, and I think it's really easy to lose the sight of like, no, the Lord is what we're going after. So yeah, I really love that spontaneous moment that Bethel added in there.
I feel like that goes along with like a lot of Lone's hesitancies during like the Saturday evening section. It was just like what if it's not real, and like I'm protecting what I have, like these are my people who I have here and I don't want to like risk it, but that's like holding it back, like it's the world that we're like keeping because we don't like always trust that God has a better thing for us, that the indigo is real and that you know we can make it. So yeah, it's good.
I mean, I loved it all. I don't know, it's hard to like choose. Like, I feel like for me it was like less songs and more like moments. You know, like
that was
reading
another
that scripture,
question.
or like like you said, the moment in Back to Life. I really remember Jesus Have It All. Keegan singing that. I remember like anytime we sing the "You Are My One Thing" part of "Give Me Jesus." You know, like I just think there's like "You're Not Finished Yet" has been a like song of my heart for like years now. So like. I think just anytime I'm in worship and like, I don't know, those moments are kind of like anchors for me of just like my own faith and my journey and like what God is doing in you guys and like in the room. And so I think the ones that you guys have mentioned are ones that where I really felt like, wow, the Holy Spirit's doing something here. Like, and I know I'm not the only one like seeing it and connecting with it. And so I think y'all in the band, you know, did a really good job, like, just leaning into those moments and just bringing us into awareness of God's presence is really beautiful.
Thank you. Also, shout out the bridge of Washed. Like, I know Washed is, you know, one of these upbeat, fun songs that, like, you know, it's fun to dance to, but, like, the bridge of that, like, because you took away my shame, you nailed it to the cross, you got me running out of the grave, hallelujah, here I come, like, that's the joy, like, you talked about joy being a big part, like, no, that is the joy of the cross. Like, a lot of times, we do, and rightfully so, look at, you know, the shame of the cross, like, all the bad stuff that Jesus had to go through for that, but also the joy that, like, that gave us life. And that Jesus ultimately defeated death.
Right. And we did those back to back. The first session of worship, we did the blood with the scripture reading, and then went into wash afterwards. Because again, it is like you said, remembering like the shame of the cross, but then because of the shame that he went through on the cross, we get to have the joy. Yeah, and so
Can I get nerdy theological for a minute?
Please do.
You intrigued me.
What'd you say?
You intrigued me. I was like, nerdy theological.
Nerdy theological. I don't remember a ton from my like theology classes in college, but I do remember having to read a paper about like different atonement theories. And something I love, like we tend to focus a lot on the like basically like Jesus dying for our sins, like which is substitutionary atonement. Like he stood in took our punishment basically, and so we didn't have to, and that's great. But I love like kind of what you guys are talking about, which is Christus Victor, which is more like Jesus had the victory over death, and so we can. But then there's also like reconciliatory, which is like brings us with him now. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have to be separate anymore. And I always felt like I wanted to write a paper that was just like, it's all of them. You know,
Yeah,
like, it's
it
all of them.
is.
But, like,
Yeah.
I really love when we can, in worship or in speaking, you know, like, lean into these other ways of seeing the cross and of seeing Jesus' sacrifice and his resurrection. It's not just about his death, it's about his resurrection and what that means for us. But, like, I don't know. That stood out to me with how you said that, like, there is joy and there is victory, and it's not just like, oh, I don't have to suffer now. It's like, no, like, we can step into new life, you know, like, and we also have that victory over death because he did. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts on anything with worship? Even just like things you noticed about the space?
I feel like there was a lot of joy in the space.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at the end was really cool to see everybody, like, you know, having those moments of testimony and then getting to just, like, be like, let's rejoice together about, like, what God is doing.
It's spontaneous, I think.
Yes, I was just about to say.
I heard that riff on the guitar.
I know. I was like,
And I went to Mark Hopkins who's in the meeting. I was like, there is a 100% chance that they are going into I Thank God right now.
Ethan had a microphone. Why did he go steal mine? I just moved away.
I didn't know that.
He like kept moving up, and I was like, all right, like just take it. He needed to be in the front. Like,
So funny to
make it happen.
Yeah.
He was killing it, but
Yeah.
that was good.
That was really fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah. Because I remember Jesse was on.
classic.
Yeah, Jesse was on stage left. And I look at the time and I was like, oh man, we're already like 5 minutes over time. And I like looked to Jesse and I was like, and he was like, and I said, all right, guys, let's go for it.
Youth groups
So-
don't mind. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a classic Psalm night in
That
our
is.
back
Yeah.
pocket.
That is.
Anytime.
Yeah,
it's
anytime.
like, boom.
And everyone was like pulling up the chord charts on their phones and like it was
We were chord charts anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Junction Center doesn't have a CCLI license. so
Oh.
I was
put
just
it
like,
in.
Yeah.
I was like, they know it.
yeah.
They didn't need it. I didn't
was
realize
fine.
that.
My youth students were happy they did it. They were ready to riot that it wasn't going to be done.
Oh,
for
There you
Zeteo.
go.
Oh, there you go.
I think it was
Some
a
of their
good
favorites.
way to just close everything out. Too.
Yeah.
Like, let's just think.
I feel like as a band, we always are like, oh, it's so overplayed, like we can't keep going. But
No,
I talk
we
to
love
the
it.
youth, and the youth never get tired of it.
Never.
They never get
You
tired
have to
of
remember
it.
that as a worship leader. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
We-
you're playing
yeah.
songs so often,
Like,
but
you're gonna think
but
they're
the
overplayed.
Also,
people
they
who
don't
are
go
out
to
there
every
only
event,
hear it when
yeah.
they go to church, or only hear
Yeah.
it when they come to an event,
Yeah.
or only
Yeah.
and like to them, it's like I'm waiting for this.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like this is the one I connect with. So
Yeah.
It's good.
yeah.
How long did you rehearse? So good
5
question.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
It's
we
hard
were-
to-
mid-October was the read-through.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of weekly.
Yeah, I
stuff
mean, usually at least 3 times a week.
for like
Getting to 4 or 5 closer in December, and
Yeah.
and then January, it's
Weekends,
like
yeah.
mostly just really long weekend rehearsals.
Yeah, 12
Some
hour.
other ones.
12-hour days.
Yeah, yeah, like no joke. Like
Yeah.
it's
a lot.
it
I
is a
love it.
lot, and
Because
it's like if you
Zeteo
think,
is 5.
yeah, Zeteo's about
It's-
4.5 hours.
Yeah.
5
Zeteo
hours.
is 10 hours long.
So that
Mateo's
is-
54 hours long.
I just think about like a school musical is usually like 2.5.
Yeah,
so
it's like double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're doing even for the
So
summer.
much,
Usually
yeah.
only do like 4 or 5 dances. Zeteo usually has 10. It's
Yeah.
Had, like,
it's a
13.
big
There's
project.
a lot this year.
Yeah.
13 this year.
I don't.
Well,
I
transitions.
don't
There
know if I
were
would count
some
transitions.
dances that were
Yeah.
transitions.
I don't know if
Because I don't know if I would even count Hell or High Water as like a dance.
Yeah,
It was like kind of blocking with
a little improv and stuff.
It was
Even, like, feels like a
blocking with,
blessing.
with a little
with-
Wasn't.
Feels like a
Yeah.
blessing was supposed to be a dance, but then I said we
Arabesques.
don't have enough time to make
Yeah.
it a dance, but then it was like a half dance.
Yeah.
So if you count all the half dances, but
blocking with arabesque.
I counted it out at one point.
Yeah.
I think it's around like 300 hours of practice, 250 to 300 hours, if you
So there
count
you
like
go.
every single one.
Yeah.
Um,
And then there's
Wow.
you really learn your lines like on your own. So practice dances on your own, that kind of thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And
a
you
lot
don't
of
end up reading
work,
a
and we do
monologue
it-
off of someone's phone during rehearsal.
Ooh, yikes. And we do it, one weekend. We have
And
a
you
dress
all your
rehearsal
lines
and then we
memorized
do
by
it.
off-book date.
Yeah.
Every
The
time.
first one and the second one.
The first one that's there so that the second one's better.
Yeah. Which I
Too
think it
often.
was.
Yeah.
It was
better.
It worked, yeah.
It would have been bad if the first one was the second one, because the
Yes.
first one it was not going well.
No.
So.
Yeah, it was not good.
Shout out iPhone.
Yeah,
Shout out Ren.
Hey, I had them memorized by tech rehearsal the Wednesday of Zeteo.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's all I've ever asked.
That's all I've ever wanted to be. What was the hardest scene to keep a straight face with and
2.6.
stay in character? Which one was that?
2.6,
they don't know which
Ethan.
one that
Yeah.
is.
The
That
Cyprian
one.
scene where he comes
I just mean they don't know what 2.6
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just throw these numbers around.
when Cyprian comes in and he's like, I need water, and then he throws a soup on. It was just, well, we had a moment in dress rehearsal where just a lot of things
Went wrong.
and I could not keep a straight face. And then in like the actual thing, it was just
Yeah,
Ethan's
Ethan's just like, he
Ethan's
was
just
just
a goofy
stuttering
guy
over
and
it a
trying
little
to-
bit.
Be serious.
trying to
Yeah.
be serious while he's
Yeah.
like fumbling over his lines too.
But,
like,
yeah, recognize that was a very like hard scene probably to watch. But yeah, there was a lot of things blocking wise that were going on that we were all like, it was silly in our brains. But
Yeah.
then like, yeah, we recognized that it was impactful too. It's
That-
hard
Yeah.
to watch. But.
3.4, it's when iPhone starts with singing Parked Out by the Lake
Yeah.
and then goes into
Vera and Hattie come
Vera and
in,
Hattie
yeah.
coming down the aisle.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be looking at them through these binoculars, but because I have the haze on this stage, I just see gray. So I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm hearing everything. And then I put the binoculars down, and it's just Hattie and Vera dancing in the aisles. And then that transitions into the council doing
Oh,
sign
yeah.
language if they can stay.
oh yeah, that
And-
was hard.
I'm
Maybe-
supposed to
maybe
translate
not.
what's going on to Hattie, and all that's in my mind. If you've ever watched Ant-Man, I'm thinking of Luis, like when he's storytelling of like, oh well, first Scott Lang does this, and then this happens, just going on a whole long tangent. Yeah, that's
First,
all.
Lynn
That's all
said
going
that
through
she
my
didn't
mind.
like it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
Red said,
that was
"You don't
that
like
was also hard
anything?"
too to keep a straight face
At least
because
you can
Keegan's one
promise,
line
like,
is
the last
maybe, maybe not, and the sign language for that is maybe,
maybe not.
But it,
But unfortunately,
And then there was some kid in the front row who went 6'7",
Yeah.
and then
As we
said,
knew would
I
happen.
mean, I just
we were
forgot that
prepared
was gonna
for it,
happen.
not
Yeah.
prepared enough. No.
Yeah.
yeah, and then sitting there trying to keep a straight face, and that same kid goes, "I know you're trying not to laugh."
Yeah, my God, whoever that was, get
Yeah,
out.
yeah, shout out that kid.
We're
That
trying
was
our
really
best.
funny.
Doing our best.
Yeah.
Yeah. but that's
Okay,
it.
well, we pulled it together, but it's not a funny scene. It's just, it was, like, after, it's like Clover is in the, like, main, like, area, because she's, like, can't sleep because she's in pain, and Ren comes in. It's just Hope and I, we just have a problem.
We have a problem with serious scenes. Last year was the same thing.
I just want to smile when I look at her, so it's hard sometimes, but yeah, like,
You guys also
we
had that
lost
issue
it.
in your
We
scene
did.
a couple times.
'Cause we-
You're like fight
yeah.
scene because
Yeah.
you would be like
A lot of the
yelling at
scenes-
each other and have eye
I was
contact,
gonna
and then
say,
you'd be
it
like,
a lot of the scenes where Hope and I are butting heads and we're like face to face,
Yeah.
being like, yeah, what about it? Like
I think it's best if you don't push me today. That one was
And if
another
I
tough
don't-
one.
oh, yeah.
that one, I was like, and if I don't, there's nothing. I'm like looking at her forehead, but
Yeah.
I can't look her.
Or
in the
looking
eyes.
right past me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Rough.
in the literal like first actual scene where we're all like deciding names or whatever, it's I'm not, because I was like, Clover wouldn't laugh at this. Like she wouldn't think that like kind of picking on each other was funny, because it's when Lone and Strings are kind of like, oh, what do we call you? Like your truck? Or, what do you miss? Your truck or your tractor?
Yeah,
And then iPhone laughs so obnoxiously. And I'm like, Clover
And
wouldn't
it's
be
that
laughing.
boyfriend cheers.
And then
Yeah,
it's the
boyfriend,
what's
yeah.
that? Boyfriend cheer squad, and I'm like, and I'm like,
that one, yeah,
Clover
that one
wouldn't
also.
be laughing. So I'm like,
yeah,
so
There's
it's
that.
hard.
Also going back to the Cyprian scene
Yeah.
when we're hiding under the tables and stuff.
Yep.
And there was one time at rehearsal, Christy said, "Make it feel realistic." So he throws the smoke grenade down, and we all get down, and I just let out this visceral scream of like, "Ah!" And then Christy was like, like call for other people like you would, to make sure
She
they're
meant like
okay.
after like we screamed, then be like, oh, are you okay? But
Yeah, but no, I just this visceral scream of, ah, strings! So then that became a joke the whole time through.
It's always a farce.
He did it, and like I just went, Owen, no. Yeah, it was just it was literally like the most like Hollywood like canned scream, and then he yelled so loudly for strings. But then it also was really funny because we made like this joke of like, oh, he's so scared that he's gonna be the only guy left.
Yeah, it wasn't even really that he was like sad, like specifically worried about strings. It was just like, oh shoot, if strings leaves, I'm the only one left.
I'm the only guy left in the song.
Yeah. So
No, shit. Explain.
You gotta live, buddy.
You have to. Don't leave me. Favorite inside joke from the drama. We're known. Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, I think like our jokes that made it into there.
Yeah.
Like, well, I know. Shout out to anyone who was at Creative Arts Camp. One of our interns, Joaquin, who we call Joaquin, he would always on the walkie-talkies after he would be done saying what he was saying, he would say, "This is Guac, by the way," and it was like, we know, we can hear your voice. Like, you're fine.
I think the original one was, "Hey Rachel, can you talk a little quieter?"
Yeah, this is Guac, by the way. Yeah, it's because I would always hold my walk. I always like feel like it can't hear you unless you're like right up. Well, I figured that out, but yeah, I would always talk like right here, and then he was like, "Rachel, can you be a little quieter? This is Guac, by the way." Anyways, so this is iPhone, by the way. From This is Guac.
Yeah. Well, iPhone's walkie-talkie shenanigans coming straight from Creative Arts Camp.
Yes.
Yeah, because then there was
Channel
Jess
5
would always tell us if we were gonna be silly on the walkies, we needed to switch to another channel because that one needed to stay open if like we actually needed to communicate. So it was like switch to channel 5. So that's why that was
Channel
the
5.
Joe Mama joke.
That was Owen at Creative Arts Camp. Which is really
Which we put. I put on the.
Oh, and then what?
On iPhone's map, I put. Yes. He had all the Post-it notes up there when I was making it, like for one of the rehearsals. And I wrote something like, "Where is Joe?" Some of them, and then I also circled the thing and said Brock's last location.
Hey, shout out Brock.
Yeah, Brock.
Anytime there's like any writing on anything, you know, we're gonna be writing stuff that's like not like when we were voting for the council. I'm sure someone wrote like
Joe Mama, Junie Barton,
which is crazy because then we're like literally trying to make each other laugh like on stage.
No, literally, me and Keegan are just standing there like
reading them, and they're like.
Vote for
your mom.
One of my favorite inside jokes that like happened during the thing that made me laugh really hard was in the "I love you, I'm sorry" transition.
Oh no.
Hope and Liv and Keegan sometimes struggle with the words.
They didn't really know the song.
They didn't really know the song, and we had like had a rehearsal, and then we had we had rehearsed a couple times. And we're at, like, I think it was, like, a weekend before, like, Zeteo. And they start singing it and start stumbling over the words. And Rachel, out of character, just goes, "Oh, my gosh, what are the words?" Because she, like, knows all the words.
First, what I did was started screaming the actual words, really. I was like, yeah, Clover doesn't remember anything. She remembers this.
And
like, she was a Gracie.
That got me so good.
I was
with, like, this lore.
Hope that I don't make it about me.
Well, we joked that, like, I was like, fine, I'm gonna give you my vest, and you're gonna come out as Ren, and I'm gonna come out as Clover, and then you do that, and then we'll switch back, because I was like, I can't.
It's hard. The words change every
In the
chorus,
book that Lone always had, I wrote down the lyrics so that I'm using my resources.
No, I know. Well,
your Rose line.
Whoa, listen here. No, the Clover, we lost Clover on April 14th. That was actually
so
written.
found backstage.
But yeah.
But that was one of my favorites.
That was really good.
This idea that Clover, one, gets so mad about it, gets so worked up about it, and two, that she doesn't remember anything, but she knows the lyrics to "I Love You, I'm Sorry."
She knows
mad that
Gracie.
they don't know it.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I also love the idea of like iPhone hears, them singing "I Love You, I'm Sorry," and he's like, "I want to sing my own song."
Yeah, I want to sing.
And then
Parked Out by the Lake.
Parked Out by the Lake.
Good song.
It's really funny because that's like right after. Right? Yeah. Another one was how good was the rice on a scale from 1 to rice-tastic?
I choked, so I don't.
So during the dinner scene, you probably could tell we were eating actual rice. Thank you to Pam Urban for making us rice. We love you. But that was the first time during dress rehearsal we didn't have like actual food to eat. We were like, oh my gosh,
there's real rice, guys.
It was literally rice and salt, and we
butter.
were like going crazy. So how many?
When you watch the video, I was watching from off stage, from the back, from front of the house.
Yeah.
I see Hope taking so many bites of bread. I'm on the clear comm talking to the stage managers. I'm like, man, they're like eating rice. Like we did not feed them dinner. Like they are, and then we watched the video. We were just like counting how many.
Was it 20?
I took 21 spoonfuls of rice
During that scene.
during that scene, and then I took like 12 more off stage when we got done with the scene.
Lone is like, you're all I have left, and like Ren's I thought it would be inappropriate to eat during some parts of that, so I didn't. You were just hungry.
I was coping.
We brought it off stage and kept eating it. Like it was
No,
so
and
good.
Kennedy, who played Muse,
she was good.
when
Yeah.
I was talking to Maddie Vera's character, and saying like, I want my brother back, and I don't think he's in your little bag. Is he? I looked at the video, and there's a video of Kennedy just going.
The way Kennedy played Muse, like she was there for the tea. Because we also had little things whenever like Lone and Strings would like do something. Like me and Kennedy were like, I was like, I think that makes sense. Like Clover and Muse would be like there for it.
Well, going with the dinner scene, another inside joke. We had an intern this past summer who often would just get a jar of peanut butter and take guac.
Just guac again, yeah.
He would take a jar of peanut butter and just eat spoonfuls out of it. So that was iPhone's inspiration for that dinner scene. Everyone else is eating rice.
Yeah.
I just went and grabbed the
But then
peanut
Keegan
butter
put
thing.
rice in your peanut butter.
Well, it started with, because for a couple rehearsals in a row, that's what I just did, eat out of that peanut butter jar. And then they actually brought the rice out, and I said, this food combination seems interesting. So I took the peanut butter, dipped it in the rice, and then had that and ate it. And I was like, I'm sitting there chewing this peanut butter rice on stage, like, this is horrific. And then I just go back to eating normal peanut butter, and Keegan does the classic tap the shoulder, point that way, and as...
Wait, Keegan pointed?
Yeah, Keegan pointed. Yeah,
We should have a point counter.
but Keegan pointed, I look, he takes a spoonful of rice and dumps it in my peanut butter jar, so now as I'm eating peanut butter the rest of the scene, it's
there was peanut butter rice. Yeah.
8 out of 10 do not recommend.
One other one we kind of like talked about it a little bit, but like favorite blooper from rehearsals. Favorite like
Keegan
maybe thing
falling
you messed
over his back.
That was tough.
When I broke a chair.
Oh yeah. During Golden, when everybody's dancing after the Christmas scene.
Oh
I made a character choice.
I didn't know if that was in Heavy or not.
No, it was in after the Christmas gifts.
Right.
And Ivan's like, Merry Christmas to all, until a good night, and Golden plays. And we're supposed to be dancing, celebrating. And we had originally said, like, yeah, maybe Ivan gets up on a chair on a table. Well, the table was so unstable, so I said no. And I'm like, well, a folding chair would be nice, right? So I get up on this folding chair, but it's one of these old rickety folding chairs. And I'm fine as I'm dancing up there. It's when I go to jump off, like I press down to go up, and the chair just slides out and like breaks from underneath me.
Yeah, we didn't. That one, the chair did not recover from that one.
No.
The Crate of Doom and
Then
Despair.
during Heavy, which was the dance after French fries like hitting the Christmas tree, and there, that we all had to like, we're all like taking out aggression at the end, like our sorrows, things that didn't work out, hopes. So Hope was supposed to be like breaking a crate.
Well, not breaking a crate.
Yeah, but like
just
kept throwing it around
yeah.
a little bit. There was one that broke so bad that like it completely fell apart, and we wrote the Crate of Doom and Despair.
Because we kept trying to fix it so she could use it again to break it, so we didn't have to break another crate. But it just
wasn't
working. You and Keegan were trying to fix it.
Well, the first day was Ethan and I, and we were like, well, if someone sits on this,
that's why they named it.
That's why in big Sharpie letters I wrote Crate of Doom and Despair.
I should have brought it. I have the top of it.
Like we zip tied it back together, gaff tape. It was a mess, and then it gets broken at the dress rehearsal. So then me and Keegan now have to fix it, and
same with the Christmas tree. I think
we had like 3 different Christmas trees.
Pillows on the couch.
Should have gotten the pink tree.
Yeah. I mean, there's just the Cyprian scene.
Yeah, that was
a lot. Oh yeah,
a blooper in itself. Yeah.
There's a part where Keegan's character Strings has to like push Cyprian out of the way. It's like something about like
you can go out the way you can.
Yeah, and then he like kind of falls over.
During dress rehearsal, Ethan did not give him anything to work with, like push over, so Keegan just flies through and slips on his backpack and falls to the ground.
So we paused.
Well, then
And
the
then
smoke
ran it
machine
back.
didn't go off.
Yeah.
There's like too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cyprian like dies, and then like Ren is like looking at the body and whatever, like making sure he's dead or whatever, and like Hope like flopped his arm over
And just picked it up and went.
Yeah, AJ, who played Wither, she had like a line, and she was just like, and she just broke, and we had to start that scene like over because it was there was so much that didn't work. She was just like.
There was a lot of bloopers with the actual like strings and the invisible string transition.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
You just never knew if
it was
yarn was gonna
Yeah,
go
Kennedy's
smoothly.
always worked, and
Tails always did not.
Yeah. Until the real thing.
and then it swapped.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, the first
I
one
was like,
thrown to me
hey.
by Kennedy went. The second one, I felt I was standing there. I'm like, no, just it's gotta
she,
go.
like,
She did great. She kicked it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I was like, another thing is I'm 2 for 2 on Zeteo's for tripping on stage at
Yeah.
some point.
Your skirt got caught.
My
right?
skirt got caught on the staircase when we were like running down because Muse like talked and we were gonna find strings. I was like, and then Owen freed me. Thanks, Owen. But yeah, and then last year, if you were at Bold, it's a clip of me during one of the dances, the like cheerleading dance or whatever. I like tripped and fell.
She went
And
down.
She got memed so hard for that.
He and Shelly who played Fitz, he picked me up immediately. He was.
Yeah.
It was his first reaction. I was like, wow, thank you.
Good guy.
Thanks to. That's good.
Not Blake.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Keegan Shelly. Not Blight. Blight's
Yeah.
not a good man.
Oh, good. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining
Cool.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you
guys.
for all. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're just rock solid here. But yeah, thank you guys for your questions and for coming to Zeteo if you were able to. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys
For passing the salt. We don't have our salt shaker.
we don't have our salt shaker. We'll remember it next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for passing the salt with us. We hope that if you're able to make it to the event, that the Lord just really highlighted things for you, and that even after the event, that you're continuing to seek after Him. Yeah. Catch us on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Cool.
Good
Have
job,
good-
everyone.
Make sure you. Wait, and then what?
And
what's
what-
it?
and
So
then
and then what?